Hi friends, this is Dainty Tank. Thank you for joining me. Welcome back to Starry Flowers. This is part 5 in our series. Poke Toter in the upright card area. You know how to do this, you know the things, you know the stuff. And if you don't, hello, welcome to the Dainty Tank channel. If you want to see the beginning of it, again, poke the Totoro. Why poke the Totoro? That actually started like way back when my camera was in a different position and there was the Totoro that's back here in a different orientation. It's been a hot minute since I even said that, but like, poke the Totoro. Why don't you? Poke it. Boop boop. Jelly filled. Alright, let's start. Or let's continue rather. So last we left off, there was very cuteness after the date and everybody getting back on the same page, and now it's been a while. So let's get back into things. And so over the next few weeks, Periwinkle would come by Atelier Suites to spend time with Pastel. Okay, what do we wear? Okay. I do like the light earrings. I don't think I've gotten to wear the light earrings yet. Yeah, because I've just been like, I want the light earrings. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do the light earrings. Light choker is interesting. Flowers. But fairy wings. We're gonna go light earrings and fairy wings. Oh, they're so cute. We're so cute. He always stood there, so sweetly behind the counter. And then I would waltz in, pretending to be just another customer browsing the aisles before meandering over to him. Others would stop in every now and then, but there was an ample time in which I had him completely to myself. That's when I'd take the opportunity to chat. This place smells just like you, my sweet. I think it's the other way around. Do I smell like candy or something? Why else do you think I want to eat you up? You're cute little flirting. Please don't say things like that when there are customers here. Customers? I don't see anyone. I know, I mean, just in general. You don't want to get turned on at work? No, that's not allowed. Our exchanges were mostly innocent, unlike other partners I've paid visits to in the past. He was very adamant about not fooling around at work. Not that it ever stopped me from teasing him. Periwinkle watches as Pastel, armed with a rag and a bottle of cleaner, sprays down the counter in front of him. I think I underestimated your love of cleaning. You're making fun of me. This is my job, you know. Oh? Should I have paid you when you cleaned my house? I'll send you an invoice. Could I pay you in kisses? That's hard to turn down, actually. It was fun seeing him hard at work. The only side of him most people would ever be aware of. They'll never know the lust bubbling beneath the surface. His nervous, vulnerable laughter. I've said something he wanted to hear. His gentle touch, the way he'd take my hand so casually, and yet becomes a stuttering mess as soon as I lean over him. His sense of humor, his sincerity, his quirks. Sounds like you're in love, boy. Sounds what that is. His genuine desire to always provide the exact perfect thing to make me smile. No, the depths of Pastel are reserved for me alone. Oh, you're so cute. Welcome to Atelier Suites. Periwinkle gives a little twirl and winks to Pastel, who's trying his best to stifle his laughter. How was that? The fairy wings were a perfect pick for that. Perfect pick. How was that? Does it suit me? Not in the slightest. You're too elegant for a place like this. I can be cute too, can't I? You are, but you're gonna need more than that on your resume if you want that job. What? You mean I can't get in through nepotism alone? It looks like you already have a successful career in another field. You're overqualified, so I'm going to have to turn you down. You're right. Besides, If you were my boss, I'd probably have to stop doing it. Perry! Yes, that's true. Yeah, no. No workplace relationship. Don't do that. Not fun. No. Not worth it. I truly, truly love him. Even the days we'd talk about nothing at all, I wouldn't give up for the world. And the days he would open up to me even more so. Sigh can be real. Oh, sigh as in sigh person. Sigh can be really frustrating sometimes. But she's my best friend. I still care about her, even when she messes up. She's lucky to have you. Yeah, she really is. Anyone else would have given up on her by now. For years. She just locked herself in her lab making all this candy, bragging about how cool her alchemy is compared to magic. She barely even talked to anybody else, and when she did, it was to berate them over something. Who treats their own customers like that? Who do you think pays for the roof over our heads? Sorry. I don't want to give you a bad impression of her. She's gotten much better recently. It sounds complicated. At least your patience is paying off, Yeah, it seems it. At one point, it was kind of up to a coin toss on whether I'd stay or go. A coin toss? How extreme. Not really. It was more like whether or not she could prove she actually felt empathy. It's kind of a big thing to be left up to a coin toss. There, honeybee. Kind of big. If someone doesn't show empathy, it's kind of a big thing. Empathy means that you can actually care about others. Anyway, it turns out she's not a complete monster. So here I am. Sorry, am I giving you a bad impression of her, aren't I? You can just disregard everything I said. Sai is great. Nothing's wrong with Sai. She is not a psychopathic monster. Don't worry about it. I believe you. She must be. You put up with so much from her. Yeah. I treasured every moment I got to spend with Pastel. Even without a label on what exactly our relationship was, I could enjoy myself all the same. In truth, I was only biding my time. But it didn't really feel like that at all. Just being near him was enough. Oh, that's really sweet. One day, he finally asked it. Will you be boyfriends? The question I've been waiting to hear. Do you want to meet my friends? Oh. Do you want to, like, kind of be public about our relationship? Kind of, yes. To, like, the ones that matter to me? Yeah. Because you matter to me? Yep. Yep. Oh, well, yes, but... Are you sure? No. But it feels stupid to keep avoiding it. Kinda. I started worrying it'd happen on accident one of these days. I don't think I would survive that, so... We should just go, before I change my mind. Right now? Yes, come on. Pastel takes Periwinkle by the hand, and the pair hastily makes their way to Atelier Suites. Oh. Slightly out of breath, Pastel stops just before they reach their destination. Okay, give me a minute. Panic. After we rushed all the way here. Don't back down now, my sweet. I know, I'm preparing mentally. I've never done this before. I knew it would be fine. Just take your time. We'll go in when you're ready. Okay, I think I'm only getting more nervous standing out here thinking about it. Let's go in. After you. Aw. The meeting itself was nothing memorable. Gumdrop was incredibly human for a golem made out of candy. Oh, she's so cute. Oh my god, she's adorable. My god, Pastel made her? That's so cool. Syrup was about what I expected. Curt, but also warm. Oh yeah, sigh syrup, got it. For all its build-up, the interaction itself was anticlimactic. A quick exchange of pleasantries before the candy alchemist called her golem back downstairs. Didn't feel real. Had I acted normal? Come across as my usual self? It had only just happened, but it's already a blur. Held Pastel's hand in the end, I remember that. He'd been so nervous, I could practically hear his heart beating out of his chest. I hadn't understood just how stressful it would be for him. I felt guilty about having put him through it, although the idea was his to begin with. He decided to go through that. For himself? Or for me? Sounds like for himself. This seemingly mundane interaction that meant so much more for the both of us. Pastel? Sorry, I'm okay. I feel stupid having made such a big deal out of it. Of course it all turned out just fine. It was important to you. We all get worked up over things we care about, don't we? Are you including yourself in that? You seem like you always have it together. You do, actually. You give off an air of like, I know my shit. Oh, am I hiding it that well? Anyway, yeah, we can go. How is he gonna react when he discovers what a mess I've been? Pastel walks me home and promises to return later that night. Things will move forward from there, won't they? Or is it too soon? Maybe it's too much for one day. I don't want to add to his stress. Why is this so difficult? His perception of me could be completely destroyed, tarnished. But that's a risk worth taking, isn't it? That night, Periwinkle laid on the floor in the middle of his living room and waited. Okay. Are you waiting to pounce? Like... Oh, I knocked over an applesauce. Got it. I'd expected this night to come eventually, and yet still don't feel any more prepared for it. Periwinkle idly taps his wand to one of the candles on the table. Still peachy. The curse is not yet lifted. Pastel's knock finally comes, and Periwinkle rises to answer. Oh, it smells nice in here. Is that your magic? You like it? It's my latest specialty. Ah, what a treat. Have you eaten yet? I can make us a special dinner. What's the occasion? Celebrating the fact nothing went horribly wrong today. I brought a few things. If you could just borrow your stove. By all means. I once again found myself in the excruciatingly domestic situation of watching Pastel prepare a meal in my kitchen. There's no way he doesn't realize it, right? That we've been acting as a couple for a long time now. Just that neither of us have bothered to address it. Shouldn't it be properly acknowledged? Yeah, you should communicate, my loves. Eventually you gotta communicate. Pastel chats with me as he cooks, but I'm admittedly distracted by these thoughts. Perhaps putting a name to it would only cause it to unravel? Currently there's no expectation. We're free to see whoever else we like, though it doesn't seem either of us are doing that. Pastel approaches the table where Periwinkle sits, holding a plate in each hand. Ta-da! Pasta's ready. Ooh, bon appetit. Maybe he's already decided we're a couple and I'm just obsessing over formalities. What does it matter? So long as the two of us are happy. And I really am happy. His cooking tastes wonderful. Perry, you okay? Yes. You were being so quiet. I started to worry that I messed up our dinner somehow. No, it's delicious. Like usual. I just lost in the pasta is all. Forgive me, I didn't mean to worry you. Need to get out my own head. Pastel is here in front of me, and I'm too distracted to savor it. Forget my doubts. We'll just have to see where the night takes us. Periwinkle takes his plate to the sink and begins to wash up. I can take care of that. Nonsense, you just cooked us dinner. It's your turn to relax, my sweet. Are you sure I can't help? I wouldn't mind at all. You can help by bringing me your plate when you're finished. Okay. Pastel does as he's told and then wanders over to the couch. Hey, if you have anyone you want to introduce me to, I'd be happy to meet them. Return the favor sort of thing. You mean, if you want... That's a good point. You know, sitting here, Perry is sitting there like he hasn't introduced me to any of his friends or anything. On the flip side, Periwinkle hasn't shared his life with Pastel either. I know it can be awkward though, so if not, that's okay too. No one comes to mind. Huh? Really? Sure, I know a lot of people, but I can't say I'm particularly close with any of them. Except maybe one, but you've already met my business partner. Oh, at the apothecary, right? Precisely. Aw, you guys are cute. What's with that look? No, nothing. I just don't know what to say now. You expect someone as charismatic as me to have all sorts of new people to introduce you to? Then, I guess so. I'm just a little surprised. I really like being around you, so I expected that to be true for your other friends too. I'd say you're probably the closest I've ever been with someone. Literally speaking. They laugh together, then fall into a comfortable silence. With their heads leaned together, Periwinkle nuzzles his face against Pastel's shoulder affectionately. After a few moments, Pastel asks, do you want to get in bed? For sleep or for pleasure? That's up to you. Periwinkle stands and turns around to take Pastel's hands. Come on then. He leads them to the bedroom, closing the door behind them. When he does, Pastel speaks up again. You know, I'm still finding it hard to believe there's no one else you're close to. I mean, 2 isn't a reasonable number. That's a good point. You had 2 friends as well, did you not? Syrup and Gumdrop? Fair point, but counting you makes 3. Ah, you have me beat. Perhaps I should try harder to catch up. Periwinkle collapses into bed, while Pastel sits down beside him. I think I preferred it, though. Keeping a healthy distance from others. Really? How come? The alternative has been disastrous in my experience. Far too intense. Huh? What do you mean by that? Goodness, my best example is the worst one. In my teen years, there was a boy I would have done anything for. I wanted his approval so badly. I wanted to be loved. It's funny, I can't even think of what drew me to him. Suppose he was just a vessel to project onto. An idealized boyfriend, this shortcut to happiness. Poor guy. He didn't know what to do with the torrent of feelings I'd been forcing onto him. We were young. A love like that is much too painful, if it can be called love. It took some practice to be able to separate the emotions out, to be able to indulge in the romantic and sexual energy I craved, while protecting my fragile heart. But ever since I figured it out, I've gotten to experience all sorts of love through these casual flings. What am I saying? It's perfect for me, the ideal life, really. Don't listen to me, Pastel. I don't know if your heart is as fragile as you think. You'll believe me, despite what it means. I have the heart of an innocent maiden. Yes, you do, Periwinkle. I don't know about innocent, but... Pastel leans forward and lays his head on Periwinkle's chest. Sounds pretty strong to me. Oh, that's cute. Oh, it's beating harder now. Because you suddenly embraced me. See? That's what I mean by fragile. Periwinkle struggles out from under him, and the pair sits facing each other on the bed. You know, at first I thought romantic stuff was just a formality for you, but you actually love it, huh? Yo, very. Are you only realizing that now? I guess not. What are you trying to say, Pastel? That it's okay for me to love you? Because you do. That I'll be safe? You will. Then hurry up and kiss me. Okay, sorry for keeping you waiting. Pastel closes the distance between them. I'm too weak. The words won't come out. And they kiss. Periwinkle becomes more and more entangled in his thoughts. Oh, it hurts. I want to be even closer. Lets himself fall backwards, bringing Pastel down with him. This isn't nearly enough to satisfy me. Just please, don't stop. Periwinkle's heart cried out. His jumbled emotions caught in his throat, manifested through his hands, clinging desperately to Pastel, who continued to kiss him and hold him through the night. Oh, you guys! You guys, come on. You can talk, I promise. I know there's like steps here, but like all of this would be done in a 10-hour-long date on a lesbian side. You would have already gone through your trauma dump. You would have already met friends. Like, oh, gay boys. Oh, gay boys. The next morning, Periwinkle steps out onto his doorstep with a heavy sigh. If I lay around in bed all day, I'll only feel more miserable. I need to stop avoiding my work. I have to talk to Astragalus. She isn't going to be pleased with me, though. Holding his mantle tightly, he makes his way to the apothecary. When he arrives, Astragalus is preoccupied with rearranging some of her merchandise. She turns abruptly at the unexpected sound of the door's chime. Hey, we're not open yet! Huh? Periwinkle. Good morning, Astragalus. I haven't seen you all month. I barely recognized you under that hood. I was about to come and knock on your damn door if you didn't show your face here soon. I've got a huge backlog of orders waiting. I can't take them. My magic is useless. What do you mean, useless? Periwinkle meekly hands over one of his pale pink vials. This is all I can make. It's been this way for ages. Let's see. Astragalus unscrews the top and eyes Periwinkle suspiciously before giving it a whiff. Woo, that's powerful. Too bad though. Warms me right up. Could stand to be diluted a little. Just make it less overwhelming. So, what's got you stuck on a scent like this? It's Pastel. He ruined me! I'll never be able to return to the way I was before. Periwinkle. I see. So things got complicated, just like I warned you. Sniffle. I love him so much. I think I might die. Come on, back room, now. Periwinkle nods and immediately follows Astragalus into her private office. He quietly takes in his surroundings before she suddenly turns on him with a raised finger. Don't touch anything. Astragalus drags a beanbag chair out of the corner and plops in the middle of the room, unceremoniously. Literally, you're having an intervention with Astragalus right now. Good luck. Sit. It's Dusty. Ugh, you're such a diva. She gives it a couple good smacks, beating the dust into the air instead. Now sit. Very well. He complies, and Astragalus spins her office chair around to see him. Just like spinning, like, I love it. That's exactly what I was envisioning. Yes, exactly that. Alright, Periwinkle. Here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna brew us some tea, and you're gonna explain everything. From the beginning, top to bottom. Which you might be the top or you might be the bottom. I think you're the bottom for Pastel. Explain what? About Pastel. Even the stuff I already know. Everything top to bottom. From the top. Everything? Skip the bedroom details, obviously. Just walk me through the important things that happened since you met. I don't want to. Reliving it all is only going to make things worse. The struggler stands and walks over to her kettle to start the tea. Alright, you lovesick dolt. I want to know why exactly your magic's been stuck like that. It's because you don't have an outlet for any of these emotions. Instead, you keep bottling them up. Literally, I guess. Because you are bottling up this end. It's all that comes out because it's all that there is inside you. So let it all out. What? You think I'm gonna judge you? No. No. Would you rather spill it all to him instead? I can't. It's too much. Then tell it to me, you neutral third party. Actually, I don't say that I'm neutral. I'll need to find a new supplier if you can't fill my orders anymore. So I'm kinda invested in you getting all of this out of your system. Literally. I do feel a little more at ease imagining this was all a business matter for you. Then just think of it like that. And then tell me your business, minus the bedroom stuff. And Struggles pours their tea and returns to her seat with 2 mugs in hand. With a heavy sigh, Periwinkle finally relents and begins his story. It all started back on that first fateful night. I told her everything I could think of. My first impressions of him, how he continuously subverted my expectations, my mistakes appearing where I shouldn't have, then going into desperate spiral as I tried to rid myself of the guilt over it, how he was the one to come to apologize afterward, our date that day, that one fateful date, which was so wonderful, but after also laid bare the feelings I was too afraid to acknowledge, how I latched on to any alternative explanation I could in order to escape them. The moment I could finally admit it to myself, all of the ways he'd changed my life for the better. How we grew closer and closer while I held these feelings tighter in my chest. I told her how he had finally worked up the courage to introduce me to his friends, and I had already introduced my business partner, so it's the same, right? How his hand trembled in mine as we walked out the door together. This point of contention, a far-off goal I had decided would have to be met before advancing. Everything up to the state I'm in now. Useless, paralyzed, sobbing. Struggles listened patiently through all of it. She asked questions from time to time, clarification on the time frame, certain details. Her reaffirming comments offered such comfort, such relief to this pain I'd kept confined in my own heart, until finally I had nothing left to say. Struggles sits back in her chair and heaves a sigh. So, how you feeling? There's a certain clarity in laying it all out like that. But I still don't know what I could do to push these things forward. Could I even handle the rejection? He won't reject you. What makes you certain? The boy is madly in love with you. Why else would he devote all that time and energy to making you happy? Because I'm great in bed, obviously. Quit deflecting. You know that's not all it is. I don't want to leave any room for doubt. If I were to confess now, and it didn't go well, I'd be destroyed beyond repair. That's why, if I'm going to say it, I want it to be a sure thing. Life ain't about sure things. Even so, I'm going to wait for the opportune moment before exposing my vulnerable heart. As long as you've got a plan. Struggles leans back to pick up Periwinkle's empty mug, then holds it out in front of him. Try your magic again. Whatever scent you want, just pour it right in the cup. Periwinkle nervously draws his wand, focusing it toward the cup, closes his eyes, and taps. Is it chamomile? It isn't peach? I'm cured! Yeah, dumbass. Did you forget this is an apothecary? It is, isn't it? Next time you got a problem with your magic, don't sit around crying about it on your own. Come straight to me, I'll fix you up. Thank you, I'm truly glad that we're friends. I would be lost without you. Yeah, you kinda are like a messy bitch. Even with her. Listen to a strugglist. Everyone, listen to a strugglist. Business associates, don't forget, I've got loads of orders for you now that you're back to normal. I'll go home and fill them right away, but first, may I hug you? Aw, not a chance. It was worth a shot. You'll accept my platonic affection one day. Yeah, get out of my office, Periwinkle. The pair exits the back room, but they only make it a few steps out before Periwinkle turns on his heel. Oh, one more thing before I go. What's up? I'm curious to ask. The last time I was here, you told me that magic can be interpreted as a judge of one's character. Oh, right. I might change my mind about Pastel. Yes, precisely. Rather impressive that you could see through to his true nature, despite having only just met. Sure. But he was pretty easy to read. Don't be too impressed. Well, what? What's my magic say about me? I'm dying to know. Your magic was always lively and carefree, compassionate too. Like Pastel's. How could you possibly read something like carefree from perfume? Hey, I'm just telling you the vibes I've gotten over the years. Your aromas prioritize pleasure. But there was definitely a hint of loneliness in them too. Oh, is that where Peach comes in? Alright, now I know you're making things up. I've always had someone to keep me company. Just because you've had someone around doesn't mean that you can't be lonely. And I suppose someone like you would know a thing or two about loneliness. I'm not lonely at all. In fact, I prefer to be alone. Absolutely valid. You, on the other hand, can't stand it even for a second. That's why you always run off chasing someone to fill the void. Oh, she's right. Your heart is so open and yearning for people. Oh, well, that certainly isn't true. The peach stuff you gave me earlier was pure loneliness. I was crying out like, please, Pastel, never leave me. Never leave me. This isn't fun anymore. Forget I asked. Sorry, couldn't resist. Suppose you're right, though. I haven't been able to tell him that in words. Yeah? I can't keep holding back. He has to know, no matter the outcome. No, yeah, he can't. He needs to know. You need to tell him. Good luck, okay? I'm sure it'll turn out just fine. Yes, it likely will. Thank you again. I'm truly grateful for all that you've done for me. Struggless waves him off, and Periwinkle leaves the apothecary with new resolve. Alright. Spent the next several days catching up on my work. Magic truly does come so easily with a clear mind. If only I'd swallowed my pride earlier. Facts. If you have pride or an ego that's hindering you from doing something, check it. Just check it at the door. Don't do it. It's gonna stop you from being able to progress, especially if it's something that matters for you to be able to do you and be you. Put it aside. Completed batch after batch almost effortlessly, going down the long list Struggless had given me. Hadn't even felt tired by the end of it, as if all this energy had been stored up inside me all along. It's a relief to return to somewhat normalcy. That's good. Thinking of Pastel no longer caused my heart to ache, at least not enough to put me in a state of total despondence. Instead, those thoughts served as a motivation. The way forward was clear. I would tell him how I felt, and surely things will turn out just fine. The following night, Pastel shows up on Periwinkle's doorstep. Get dressed, I want to take you somewhere. Oh, and where exactly am I being whisked away to? You'll see, wear comfortable shoes, okay? How mysterious. Very well, I'll be ready momentarily. This is it. Dramatic confession scene is upon us. I have to look my best. For good luck, of course. And for confidence. Oh, okay, here we go. Okay. So it's the same options. Oh, we're gonna go Angel Halo. Bunnies? No. Halo. I think Sparkles. Let's not do the Halo, actually. Oh, Royal Crown and the Sparkles. That has to be it. I love that feature. Hand in hand, the pair makes their way to the train station. Had he been planning something while I was sequestered away with my work? Pastel is always so full of surprises. How positively delightful. I hope it didn't interrupt any plans you had for the night. Oh, not at all. It was about time I got out of the house again. I've actually had a very productive past few days, you know, toiling away over my perfumes. I thought you might be the case, since you hadn't dropped by in a while. Did you miss me? Well, yes. Periwinkle hugs Pastel's arm tightly as they continue their walk. I missed you too. When Pastel and I step off the train, we're greeted by grassy fields and a sky full of luminous stars. Is it the Blue Hills, Grassy Hills? Or is that too much of a deep cut? If they don't know, that's a reference to Parsnip and Testimony of Trixie Glimmer Smith, which if you haven't seen that, poke Totoro. It's fun. Just where has he taken me? A trail of lanterns lights the lone path forward. Pastel takes the lead. It's a bit of a walk from here, but I guess it'll be worth it. A long walk? Couldn't take a ride on our brooms together? Nah, it'll defeat the purpose. It'll feel more rewarding getting out there on foot. Fair enough. Tragic, though, that you're willingly pass up an opportunity for me to cling to you. We can fly on the way back if you want. Pastel offers his hand again, which Periwinkle takes with a smile. Oh, you guys are cute. Tell me more about your relationship with magic. What do you mean? It was the same when we cleaned my house together. You insisted on doing things manually. Not that I minded at all. Seeing you lift so many heavy things was a treat in itself. Well, ever since I was young, it was clear I was, ridiculously talented, as they'd put it. My moms wanted me. Oh, your moms! Aw, your moms wanted me to be a traditional witch. They enrolled me in one of the top schools so I could learn from the best. It was an all-girls school, though. Guess I was young enough that no one realized I was a boy. I really didn't belong there on any level. But I kept at it as long as I could, just enough to keep my parents happy, so I could go out and live on my own. I still don't understand exactly why, but I always felt uncomfortable using my magic. It felt like cheating, like this kind of power shouldn't come so easily. So, Sai thought so too. I guess that's why I latched onto her when we met. She used to really hate magic, which worked out perfectly for me. It was a good excuse to pretend to be a normal human like her. So, that's what I did for the past 7 years. 7 years? That's quite a long time. Yeah, but there was a lot to distract me back then. It took a while to get Atelier Suites up and running. And Sai did eventually find out. I thought she'd disown me when she did. But instead she told me I shouldn't have to hide it. Even though I doubt we would have been friends if I told her from the beginning. Quite impossible to please, You have no idea. But ever since she said that, I've been able to start embracing magic again. On my own terms. I'm beginning to grasp why he values her so highly. Sorry that I just keep talking about myself. Don't apologize, I'm the one who asked. Besides, I'm content to listen. Say as much as you like. Thanks. Aww. Periwinkle gives Pastel's hand a reassuring squeeze. I love him. Yay! You said it to yourself. Yay! I have to find the right moment to tell him that. Should be now, during this romantic walk. But he still has yet to reveal our destination. imagination. What do we have in store for me, Pastel? I think I might be too used to how Sai is. She is usually so preoccupied with her own stuff, so it's nice having someone who actually wants to listen to me. Ugh, makes her sound like such a horrible friend. She's really not. You certainly haven't made a convincing case for her. Sai, I know, but that wasn't the point I was trying to make. Oh? I really... Yes? Let me start over. Pastel takes a deep breath before continuing. Going back to what we were talking about before, with my magic and everything, I think I have trouble accepting myself for what I am. Tend to hide things, even when I don't need to. Being with you feels like it's better not to hide. Like, I'm allowed to just be. Aww. Or maybe, like, celebrated for being. I don't know. Feels weird to say. You're allowed to be you. You're allowed to feel safe. Yes. Yes. Oh, Periwinkle's turn to blush. You can't stop me if I'm being too much. It's because I love you. Why can't I just say that? Oh, we're here. We are? Oh. When we came up over the hill, the vastness of the night sky overwhelmed me. But more than that, this field of small blue flowers that stretched as far as the eye could see matched it so perfectly. Pastel! They're periwinkles. When I looked up where to find some, I found out about this place. Apparently it's a famous date spot. I thought you'd like to see it, so... I shouldn't have told you I'm weak to romance. Pastel! A glint catches Pastel's eye and he looks up to notice a meteor shower has begun. Oh good, it's our just in time. You planned this too? Well, I knew this was supposed to be happening tonight, so... Pastel! Ah! Periwinkle tackles Pastel to the ground, landing them in the field of flowers. Oh, that's so cute. Oh, I mean, I'm gonna move myself. Look at that! Look at that! Oh, that's so cute. Okay. This is perfect. I don't know what else to say. I'm speechless. I guess I went a little overboard. A little? This is the most romantic thing anyone's ever done for me. He buries his face in Pastel's chest, holding him close. Well, there's actually one more thing I wanted to say. He can feel Pastel's heart pounding. Where do I start? You know how, Sai and Gumdrop are really important to me? Always thought I needed to keep myself available for them, to take care of the store and everything. But in practice, it just meant I never really took any time for myself. Like, my own needs were something I should just bury and it would be fine, because it's for their sake. I guess that's part of why I'd go out with random guys in secret, something just for me and totally detached from everything else. I tried having a real relationship once. It didn't work out, obviously. I never told Sai about him. But that made me think that I was right to continue on the way I had been, since I wasn't willing to let my priorities shift. Periwinkle grips Pastel's cloak a little tighter. What are you saying? I guess that with you, I don't mind it much. He's going to beat me to it at this rate. I can't let that happen. Periwinkle suddenly rolls himself on top of Pastel, pinning him down. Pastel, I'm in love with you. What? Since when? No, maybe this whole time. I only admitted to myself that morning you made me pancakes. That's what it took? You made literally fresh strawberries out of jam for him. Don't give me that. Why? How long have you felt this way? Since having to carry you home after spending the day together? I thought that's when I first realized it. Then why didn't you say anything? I've been suffering in silence this entire time. Yes, you both have been silly. I thought you wanted to keep it casual. Boys, talk. We saw each other almost every day. How was that casual? But you never acted any differently, and I was busy sorting through my own feelings anyway. So was I. But that's no excuse for how long you kept me waiting. I won't forgive you. What? Why are you smiling like that? It's cute seeing you all worked up like this. Periwinkle struggles his feet and begins stomping away. You could have saved me a lot of heartache, you know? Pestle sits up, straightening out his cloak and retrieving his hat. Where are you going? Come back. No, I'm too upset. Perry. I was convinced that I'd curse myself with some kind of love potion. My fake aphrodisiac turned real. What in the world? Because we didn't mess around on that one date. It was supposed to be the entire point. Perry. Everything spiraled out of control since then. I couldn't stop thinking about you. You broke my magic. You broke my magic for weeks and weeks. All I could conjure was that stupid peach blossom set. Really? Yes. Until just the other day, which I spent crying in a dusty room of the apothecary telling how its struggle is all about it. After all that, everything I spent so long preparing my heart for, you have the nerve to just confess first? How dare you? I'm sorry. Don't apologize, I already said I won't forgive you. We're in a field of periwinkles with a meteor shower, and you had the perfect date. What do you want me to do then? I don't know. Fucking kiss me if you love me so much. Oh, Pastel approaches, gently raising a hand to Periwinkle's cheek, and does exactly as he's told. You boys are so silly. Oh my god. I love you. Periwinkle's heart skips a beat. I love you too. He hugs Pastel tightly, careful not to knock him over this time. Takes everything I've got to keep myself from bursting into tears. I won't ruin my makeup on this perfect date. This beautiful place that Pastel chose just for us. I can't have my memory of this perfect night obscured by tears. It looks like the meteor shower's over. Take me home. Are you still mad at me? I'm not mad at you. I've never seen you like this. I don't know how else I should interpret it. I'm overwhelmed, elated, relieved, and frustrated. I want to get in bed so that you can hold me close all night. I don't think I'll be convinced that this is real unless you do that. So, please? That sounds really nice. Okay, if it's to convince you, I guess I have no choice.
You look so pretty in pink against the starry night sky. Without you my heart would sink, so I am telling you why. The world has to move, and with that we have to make do. But I don't want to do anything without you. So now you know what I think. You look so pretty in pink.
And the flowers. Oh, this is... my heart. Oh, this is so cute. Oh my god. Chaos. Chaos boys. Ah. Phenomenal. Phenomenal another game.
And here we go. My love, my dear, my sweet, you look so pretty in pink.
Oh, look at that. That's so cute. Thanks for reading Starry Flowers, a beautiful memoir detailing my first experience with true love. As a reward finishing the story, you may now access the extra scenes and bonus chapters, along with a lovely image gallery. There's extra features! Memoir? Perry, how detailed is this? Don't worry, my sweet, I've kindly skipped over the sex scenes, so you have nothing to be embarrassed about. The stuff leading up to those is still embarrassing. How much did you leave in? Oh, it doesn't matter. This isn't canon. Merely an excuse to speak directly to the reader. I would never reveal such private details about you, such as your fetishes, without your explicit consent. That's enough in the scene. Please enjoy the bonus material. Thanks again. I am going to leave this here. Oh my god. And now it's so good. Okay. That was a story by NomNomNami. If there's anything that you want me to take a look at, and I'll just see if the bonus is anything extra. But beyond that, go and check them out. They've got a lot more stories, like a lot more stories. Of course, there's Bad End Theater, which is phenomenal in its own right. But NomNomNami has actually got a whole plethora of things on their itch.io. Links down below. And while you're there, also check out the Queer Games bundle. With that, I love you all, and I'll see you next time. Bye!